Hello, lifers. Welcome to today's episode. So today you are in for a special treat because today we are talking about
Our love
story.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Well, and not. It will be. Are you happily married, single and searching, or single and not searching? You're in the right space. We're all students of life and we're here to celebrate and explore the secrets of long-lasting relationships and marriages.
In each episode, we dive deep into topics like communication, family dynamics, parenting, finances, health, and wellness.
Join us on this exciting journey as we create stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling relationships, one episode at a time. Welcome to Life on Stereo.
Lots of things to remember, lots of things to share.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But why are you saying lots of things to remember? Because you are good at remembering stuff. I should be saying lots of things to remember.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So
my memory is like
I tend to remember things.
You do.
But yeah, let's see. Hopefully I can remember every detail.
Let's see.
We'll share with our listeners today. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we can't talk about our love story without going from the beginning. We need to start from where it all started from, right?
Where did it start?
So, how did we meet? And I'm asking you because, I mean, I know obviously how we met, but do you remember? Well, you can always throw it back to me if
okay, so I'm sure most of you have heard a lot of love stories, and you know that there is always one story and another story. So I'm going to say how I met him.
Okay.
And then you can also tell us how you met me.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be some surprises. Something I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go for it.
So I was at we had this music group that we were in. It was, So it was a choir, and I think our leader said that, I don't know. I don't remember if he actually said that we should be expecting a new pianist or keyboardist. But then, I don't really know whether he did say that. But there you were, our new pianist or MD, right? Yeah, because you were teaching us the songs
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were playing so good. So this was...
Was I? Okay.
Yeah, you were playing so good. So I think, of course, that caught my attention because obviously we are music people and I love music. So I was like, So that was my first, notes. This guy is good. In my head,
so that was your initial
MD.
impression.
Yeah,
first impression
like new MD, not as, just as... From the music perspective, I was like,
okay.
This, you hear somebody playing for the first time. Like, he's good. And then you were teaching us songs, and the way you were singing the songs, I was like, he can sing as well. That's really good, because not everyone who can, play the piano can really teach the songs and sing along, right?
Yeah, but the two of us, I keep saying this, that my singing is just for teaching.
That's for you.
You are the pro singer. I sing just to teach. Okay, anyway, go on. I digress, yeah.
So, So that was it for me, right? Mm-hmm. And then we closed, and then you approached me.
Right.
Yes. So that's all I remember, right? So we were at a choir rehearsal, and then when we closed...
So I approached you.
And then...
I did. Yes, I did.
Yes, that's what I remember, of course. Yeah.
So maybe I'll take it from so exactly what you said is it's exactly how that happened, but not bad. So a friend of mine, so he was already part of the choir. He was the bass guitarist in that choir. Mm-hmm. I wasn't part of the choir. Initially. Yeah. So. He just invited me to come and help out, pretty much. And initially when he invited me, I was like, because usually on my vacations, I live in, in Accra, in Ghana. But this time around, this was happening in the Western region, a place called Takoradi, right? And it was happening in Takoradi. Okay, so I needed some sort of motivation to come around. And he was like, look, there's this beautiful lady. She sings so well. And when she speaks, it's you, I'm sure you would really like her. Like, okay. So there's a catch. Well, let's kill two birds with a stone. How about we, help out with the concert and meet someone new as well? Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
And so I got to this rehearsal, and then I'm pretty sure I got there before you on that day, because obviously instrumentalists or musicians would have to come earlier to set up and so on. Yeah. So we had rehearsed a little bit before you all came in. Then you walked in, like, okay. I just started seeing like sort of fireworks all over, literally.
All over me, all over you.
All over you, like, yeah, okay, awesome. And then we went through the rehearsal. Well, on that day, you didn't really sing by yourself. You were singing in the group.
Yeah.
And then after the rehearsal, the choir leader asked you to pray.
Yes, he did.
And that was it. And when you started praying, for me, it was the voice for me. And it was not even the singing voice at the time. It was the talking voice at the time. So that just opened my eye. I'm like, no, come on, So it was
voice from heaven.
Yeah, more like it's not love at first. Well, love at first sight of love at first hearing or listening, something like that. So yeah, and then when we closed, I approached you, said hi, and took your phone number that same day. I do remember. Yeah, I may not be the boldest, but this one I wasn't going to, because I don't know, what if you don't come for the next rehearsal and then something happens and you don't show up to the rehearsal again. I wasn't going to take that kind of risk. So that was what happened for me.
Good for you. Good for you.
It's paid off, that's for sure. So
it sure has. Yeah. So that's how we met.
But so
that was the first time.
So you said, your first impression of me was about the piano, and obviously mine of you was the voice, right?
Yeah. And so that was like in the music sense, right?
Yeah.
But then meeting you as a person, you approaching me, I really don't remember.
Yeah.
Like, how was it? Like, you taking my number, how did I react?
No, you were quite calm about it. Well, you obviously looked a bit surprised, or you and the reason why I had that level of boldness was that we were in church. In the house of God, we are all one family. You cannot say,
hey, no, that's your tip, guys.
You can't say you're not going to give me your phone number, because it's like...
usually in the house of God. But that's actually funny. Usually, that's actually true.
Because, we are all sons and daughters of God.
Yeah.
So we already related.
Every gentleman that approached me in a church setting, it was more like a relaxed, more safe environment. So it doesn't usually feel like, hey, like you're not guarded too much, if I should say. Exactly. You're not so guarded. Yeah. But those who usually maybe meet you on the road or in other spaces and environment, then you're a bit guarded. So
so that's the tip for you guys. If you meet a church, a girl in church, you are likely to be
in a space where you have a common interest
as well. So
that's true.
So that was so you going back to it, you looked a little bit more surprised, or maybe. I don't know if I was impressed at my level of confidence.
No, I definitely was not. Maybe I was thinking, but this guy came just today and he's asking me for my number. Oh, well.
Yeah. So that was it. But my impression of you, I also sort of saw you to be calm, because throughout the rehearsal, you were not all over the place. You were calm, and you sang well. And I've always, liked, someone who sings. I've always wanted that, even though it was not like a do and die or die affair for me, that I definitely need to get married to somebody who sings. That wasn't it for me, but I felt like if she sings, that would be a plus. Yeah. That was the main thing for me. Yeah. So, and that was it then.
Yeah. That's good.
So our love story, huh? What else can we share about our love story?
Yeah, so I want to talk about maybe the first impressions a little bit. Maybe not first as in the initial, but okay, maybe not first as in ordinal, but the initial, meeting each other. So we started talking on phone, right?
Correct, yes.
Mind you, I didn't have a phone of my own, right?
At the time. Yeah, I think I think the phone number you gave me was probably
my mom's.
Your mom's. So yeah, so that was a hurdle. Yeah, so whenever I called, I had to say, hello, hey. Good afternoon, can I speak to Judith? And that was a bit but yeah.
Yeah, but then I think that I did have a phone, but maybe it got, because I was in university by then. I was in second year, so I did have a phone. At that time
you had lost it.
I did.
So
I definitely had.
Yeah, but later on, I think you then got a phone.
Then we started talking a bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that when we started talking, then my impression of you was like, I really like the way he engages me. Like, we could talk and not like our conversations were really like engaging, and like we could go for a long time. Not talking about unnecessary things, but just a very lovely,
good vibes.
Yeah, we really did.
And mind you, this is not mentioning the exact year, but this is
I think it was 2012.
Yes, so that's what, 11 years ago. Yeah, but as we go on the journey, you'll see the progression, the long break, and and most of you might be thinking that maybe when I met you in 2012, we hit it off. We started dating and so on. It wasn't the case.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a story for another day, or you want to.
We probably will talk about it about that
later. But that's still part of our love story, though.
It is.
So maybe before we look at some of the things we want to ask each other, maybe we can
get into
that
when we really started dating, or
because at the time I sort of asked you out.
Yeah, we did.
But then your impression was that because we're still in the university.
Yes.
I mean, let's be real.
I was in second year. Yep.
In the university, and I was in the third year. At the time, you weren't really in the space to get into relationships and stuff like that.
In my head, I'm like, I'm not ready for any relationship. Yeah. Because coming into the university, I was in a relationship, but then I had broken up with the gentleman, I think, in my first year. So I was like, hey, let me just relax here.
Focus on your studies.
I'm not in a space for that yet. And I didn't know when it was going to happen. I didn't tell myself that I'm not going to go out with anybody all through my university years. Yeah. But I just knew in that space that I just was not ready. Yeah. And I felt safer. I was like, these university students, like, they are just university students. They just want to have fun, and I'm not ready for that, any.
Yes. That's fair. That was fair at the time.
So hey.
Yeah. So we pretty much we were just friends.
We're just friends
at the time.
Yeah.
And then we were talking a lot, and then we're not talking that much.
Yeah, it was just.
And then we both went sort of took different paths. Ways. Had certain
other
relationships. Which obviously we've gathered experience from there, and we believe that, for me, I mean, things that I've learned from my previous relationship, I believe if I put them in the right perspective, there are things that could actually help in in our current relationship, right? So
same for me. Same for me. Yeah.
So just fast forward several years down the line.
Yeah.
And then it was for me. I mean, we were so the funny thing was that, to be honest, I always wanted to be with you, right? And that was it for me. But then when it got to the time when I was like out of university working, I felt like, hey, I could settle down really soon. At that time, whenever I was not dating anyone, you were dating someone. Yes. And then whenever you were not dating anyone, I was.
So I think that when you were ready, like even after school and when you're ready to like really come with something serious on the table, then I was in a serious relationship.
Exactly.
By then.
Yeah.
And then by the time that by the time that I was out of the relationship, then you were in a serious relationship.
Okay, 3 seriouses. Okay.
Yeah, because the relationship was that serious, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it got to a time when that ended. Well, I was going to say unfortunately ended.
Yeah.
But in this case,
it was unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but fortunate to be fair. Yeah. So and then I just spoke with you and realized now it's over the past 5-6 years. It looks like this is the only time when we are both not in any committed relationship at the moment. So then I didn't waste any time.
No, you did not.
We definitely knew that
we did not waste any time.
We liked each other.
And I think that it really helped that we had been friends, even though we did not date or go out.
Yeah.
We had been friends, and whenever you had the time and whenever you came around, you would call on me, check up on me, would go out just as friends.
As friends,
just have a meal, chat, and so that was it.
It was quite like platonic. So that it was a healthy friendship. Yeah. So I think that's also quite key because we kept the friendship going.
We did.
Regardless, we were not. We made sure that we were not invading each other's relationship spaces. If I'm in a relationship, you are not trying to
get you out of
it. No, nope. We didn't do that. It just was a healthy friendship throughout.
Yeah.
And that for me, exactly. So for me, that sort of made me. When it got to the time where we started dating, and it didn't take too long for us to get married because, someone might wonder, okay, so you start dating and maybe it wasn't like 12 months we got married.
Yes. But actually, that's actually a good time to get married. But regardless, I get what you're saying.
Exactly. So for people sometimes feel like, you need to be in a relationship with the person for a couple of years and get to know them. But sometimes if the person has been a friend for so long, which in this case, we had been friends for several years. And the friendship was not, cut at any point in time. So it was much easier for us to get back on track.
It really was. Okay.
Yeah. So
let's
go. get to our outline. Little outline here. Yep. Go for it.
So, do you remember anything memorable or anything funny or something? Yeah. Something memorable from our first date or dates.
Okay, so now this comes to mind. So while you were asking that, I remember those times, and by then we were not like in a relationship, but it was when I was trying to get you to be in a relationship with me, and I obviously liked you a lot at the time. And at the time, I was a student in the university.
Yeah,
didn't have a car, didn't have these things, and then I'll just get some kind of taxi or bus and come see you.
Yeah,
and what we did a lot was walking. We're always taking walks. So obviously, I come see you, and then instead of just sitting around in your house, we just take a long walk. So we kept walking and walking. And I'm like, okay. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I hope this is fine, because then I'm not coming picking you up in the car and taking you for any fancy dates. No. But it was really nice, to be honest.
We'd go for a long walk in one direction and then come back.
Yeah, it was good exercise. And at the time, so
we were broke.
Yeah, we were broke. That's for sure. And I couldn't afford all that stuff. But
and we really weren't thinking about that. We were just spending time together. And that was what was important.
True. True. Yeah. So awesome. But do you remember anything? Well, memorable, funny first date? It could also be after we started a serious relationship. So
that would be the official thing, right? So this one that we're talking about, we were not dating. We're just, you were pursuing me, right? But yeah. So, but then when we actually started dating, then what was our first date? Our first date was at a place called Vienna Beach.
Yeah, Vienna Beach in Takoradi. That's true.
And that was, remember, and I think that we took a video and I don't know, maybe we'll put a shot of that video, maybe a picture from that here if we can.
If we manage to find it.
If we manage to find it. And I think that I was trying to be, open and free. Yeah. But then obviously I was nervous.
A little bit nervous.
Yeah, a little bit nervous. Because hey, this is the girl that had been bouncing.
For a long time I've been hearing no.
And then I'm like, hey, I'm here. We're here. So let's just go. Yeah. It was good times. Yeah. It was fun. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. So,
okay. So
what are we thinking of next?
So when did we both realize that we wanted to be more than friends?
Well, I think I said a little bit of that.
You did? Yeah.
Well, in the very beginning, I wanted to be more than friends with you.
You did.
That didn't work out, obviously. And then, 7 years down the line,
7 years.
Yeah, about 7 years down the line, that was when I realized that we were both out of. We're both not dating or seeing anyone at the time.
Yeah.
Then obviously it was just maybe something you could say in hibernation or.
I really think so.
Yeah, because we obviously couldn't pursue it because we were in different relationships at the time.
We were committed to the people that we were with.
Yeah, and that's very important. I mean, No, you go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I just want to say that that really was like a huge impression on me. Okay, so let me say the very first thing that impressed me about you was I realized that you're a very passionate person and you were like very committed to the things that you're passionate about. So you're not just passionate about it, you're committed, because you told me when we were friends about the piano you saved up to buy. You literally you literally decided not to spend so much in school and then saved up so much to buy a very expensive piano when you were in school.
Back in school, that's
because
true.
You really wanted to get your music, up and running, and you set up a studio while you were in school. And so I was like, whoa. So that made an impression on me. And I didn't know that this was going to add to all the reasons why we would end up together as husband and wife.
Right.
I just was like, that is really impressive, right?
Yeah.
And the second thing that impressed me about you was when you were because if you remember, when you were pursuing me, the one thing I said was, we were both in the university, and then most university guys, they don't want anything serious. They just want recreational relationships. And so that's what I said. I said, they are not serious. They are not committed and all that. But then when we completed and then you were going out and then we met one time and then we were talking about, and then your relationship came up, and I realized that you were committed to this person, right? I realized that.
Yeah.
And it made such an impression on me. I was like, whoa, was I wrong about you?
Yeah.
But then it just like made an impression on me that you are a committed person, right?
Yeah.
What I thought was wrong. And yeah, so that was, that was good.
Yeah. So yeah. So is there any challenge that we faced very early in our relationship?
When we started dating.
Yeah, when we started dating. So now it's like the proper dating. Do you think there's anything that we found challenging? Maybe someone is facing a similar challenge out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that a lot of people many people have this challenge. And yeah. So ours was a long distance relationship.
True.
And for me, I don't know if I would have ever gone into a long distance relationship, but for you, because I already knew you for so many years.
Yeah.
And I think that was very, I don't want to say natural, but it just felt good because I knew you knew me, we were already friends. So, and then you were coming to Ghana
And exactly. So guys, this long distance relationship is not, 2 different cities, because you were in Ghana, in Africa, and I was in Europe at the time.
Yes.
So that's a long flight away.
Yes, it was.
But the good thing though was that didn't make it that challenging was that our time zones were not very much apart. It was 1 hour to 2 hours difference,
that
right?
really helped.
It would have been a lot worse if I was in like the US with several hours difference and so on.
2 hours, sometimes it was not that easy.
Exactly.
Sometimes you would call after work and you're already tired and you're sleeping, and I'm just coming in from work, and I'm just trying to settle down, but then we have to talk, and then so, but then thankfully it wasn't so many hours in between.
And we decided to use video calls a lot,
almost every time,
and that
if it was possible.
A lot,
yes,
to be honest.
Thank God for technology, video calls. Oh yes. So that made a huge difference. It just felt like we were closer than we really were. Well, geographically.
Yeah, exactly. And because these video calls, and we had video calls like every time of the day. So times where you were all polished up.
Even though I didn't do a lot of makeup
at the time, and times when it was just in the morning, getting out of bed and so on. And that
going to bed
made us, get closer and closer. Getting to know you for who you really are.
Exactly.
So that was amazing at the time. And do you think, well, next question, we have a few questions that we think we need to get through,
because we want to bring out all the juicy stuff and all that.
Exactly.
So that you get to know us a little bit more.
So do we have some shared interests? The question is, do we have some shared interest, and how do we think that has helped in our relationship? How has it made it better, or how are we taking advantage of that?
We definitely, and the first thing is music. We both are.
That's the obvious one, yeah.
Music ingrained. Music runs in our veins.
Yeah, exactly.
So you play the piano, I sing, and you sing, even though you say you don't.
No.
No.
Okay.
So we're like, music is, and we actually met each other because of music. So that even like really tells where our history is from. It's like our beginning is through music, and music continues to be something that really strengthens our bond, because we are playing together, rehearsing together, worshiping together, growing in music even together. And that's and it even helps sometimes when we want to go out for something interesting. We both love music concerts of all types, and it's really, really nice. Of course, not every couple have all like they don't necessarily need to have the same interest. But then it will be really nice if you can invest yourself in the interest of each other, whatever the other person
is interested
likes
in. You,
to do.
you try to engage.
If you can get involved and at least show some a little interest and get to know what it is. But then thankfully we both love music, and then it's a plus for us.
That's amazing. Do you want to get the next question?
Okay, so was there a specific moment or thoughts or events that solidified your decision to get married to me?
Okay, so well, first of all, personally, because I believe that before anyone takes a decision to get married to someone, they need to be in that space. It could be the mental space, the physical space, in terms of whether you are ready to settle down financially and everything. So all those boxes were checked for me. So it meant that at that time, I was ready to settle down with someone. And if I couple that with you, I was speaking with you. You're someone I've known for so long. I've always wanted to get married to my friend, and I always wanted my wife to be my best friend.
Sure.
Those boxes were checked, coupled with the fact that I liked pretty much everything about you. I'm yet to find something I don't. Well, that's a topic for another day. So if I've checked all the boxes on my side, and then you check all the boxes for me, then that was when I really said to myself, look, I think this is it. Let me go for it. What are your thoughts on that?
And maybe we will sound like a broken record because we keep saying that we were friends for so long, and that really helped with my decision as well, because I knew you and I knew we were not going to beat about the bush, because anytime you were in my life, your intentions were just clear. After university, I knew that you wanted to get married to me if the opportunity was there, right? So I knew what you were about, and I knew that if I was going to say yes to you, as someone who wanted to pursue me, like as someone who I wanted to get in a relationship with, it was not just going to be like a relationship. I was literally saying yes to marriage when it came to you, right? So that was there. And for me, the thing that really solidified my decision was even before you asked me, right? And that's why friendship is important. Sometimes you can gather so much information when you're friends, such that when you have to make a decision about spending the rest of your life with a person, it becomes a little easier. It is informed, right? It's a place, it comes from a place of information. So that instance where I talked about, I saw how committed you were to the person that you were with, when, at that time before we got together. That was really impressive for me. And in the same time, I also, that was after we started dating. Right. So that commitment thing made another huge impression on you. So when we got to when we became friends early on, I said, okay, this person is passionate, this person was committed. And then secondly, I get to see that you're committed to the person you're with. So that is addition. And then when we started dating, I don't know if you remember, there was an issue with a young friend of mine. I told you about it, and you gladly helped the person. Maybe you might not remember, but I don't want to mention the person's name. But then you gladly helped the person. Like, you didn't even hesitate. And I was like, whoa, because I always prayed and hoped for someone who will be caring and kind and mindful of others and other people's needs and their predicaments. So that really also made an impression on me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. This is has
good?
it's been I think it's been amazing so far.
So we're rounding up very soon, right?
But let's talk about our wedding day.
Ooh.
So
for the record, just hold the thought. For the record, guys, see, plan your wedding to the T. This guy right here was like our wedding planner, and it really helped because I remember that our wedding day, we had 2 wedding days because we have the traditional wedding or the marriage ceremony, and then we have the church,
the white one,
the church wedding. And I can say that it could have been much stressful than it was, but it was not so because of all the planning
that went into it.
The detailed planning, I'm telling you. The detailed planning and budgeting that came with it. And so that was really good. Yeah.
Awesome. But is there any do you have any memories obviously we have a lot of memories.
It was good. Okay, so my fondest memory was seeing you dance.
Okay. Yeah.
When it got to the dancing, I got to see your dancing
saw that coming.
Did you?
Because I'm pretty sure that was a complete disappointment because everyone knows I have two left feet.
No, it was not. It was just fun to see you. Of course, I know you to be, a very hearty, like you're always in high spirits, but I had never seen you dance.
Yeah. So I'm not known to dance.
You warned me. You're like, hey, don't expect anything. But I was bringing the dance moves.
I don't think I've danced after my wedding day, to be honest. So because after I did that,
you've been moving, not dancing.
The thing with us or musicians or instrumentalists is that during the praise and worship, especially in church, if you are in the church space, we are always playing for others to dance. So you usually are not used to dancing while the praise and worship is going on. And that's how I've sort of hidden from dancing and showing people that I can't dance for a long time. Hey. So, but I guess that was one of the fun moments, and I think for me as well was when we went to take the pictures. Okay. Like that when we went out to a certain location to take the pictures, because I think the way we set things up, we had ample time with no pressure,
did have enough time
to go to a place and take the pictures and think of all the ways we want to take the picture in a relaxed manner. No one waiting on us to come back and all those things that makes it stressful.
After the wedding, we're able to go home, go back to the hotel, change and go out by ourselves.
Exactly.
Because we're not that tired. Yeah. Because so
exactly.
That was good.
Exactly. That was really really fun at the time. So
okay, 2 more questions
and we're done. Do you want to let me ask this one. So what's an adventurous trip, what trip or adventure have we taken together and that has had a significant impact on our relationship or our bond? Trip.
Do you want to go first?
well, so obviously the first trip the first real trip we had together was our honeymoon.
Yes.
Where we went to somewhere remote, had fun with some jet skiing and
horse riding.
Yeah, that didn't go too well.
No.
But the jet skiing, I think you liked that, even though you were screaming a bit on the water.
Was I?
Yeah, it was like, okay, remember. You were like really, okay.
I was holding onto the instructor.
So tight, because it was like on water and everything.
It was so fast.
Yeah, and that was fun. Yeah. And over there, we're just by ourselves, no family pressure, no pressure of, things outside. So we had the chance to, get to know each other a lot more at the time. Yeah. I think that has helped. And do you want to talk about your big trip to
Yes. So
how many months later?
We got married in January. It was 5th of January. And I came here in April. Actually, exactly 4 months.
Exactly.
Is it 4?
February, March, April, 3 months after.
3 months.
Ah, that was quick.
Yeah.
So you moved.
So I had to move from Ghana to Norway
3 months
to
after.
join you here. Yeah. So that's I am thankful for, because long distance relationship is one thing, but long distance marriage is another thing.
That's another thing altogether.
So I thank God that I didn't have to deal with that, and that we got to just live together months after getting married. So that's like huge for our marriage bond, and
so that's been awesome. It's been really nice so far. I didn't really want us to live apart. That wasn't.
I'm sure you would have moved back to Ghana if it was not an option.
If it wasn't. Yeah, that's for sure. If it wasn't possible, I would have tried to get some kind of job or position in Ghana and move back. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So to wrap it up. Yeah, this has been fun so far.
Hope you enjoyed listening to us.
Yes. Talk about our love story and Well, how do you envision our future together? I am really hopeful and really optimistic about the future. It's been a wonderful 4+ years so far, and I can only imagine how amazing it's going to be going forward. Right? So
same for me. I'm just hoping for more brighter days, lovely days full of laughter, joy, more music.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace and just love and growth in whatever area and whatever aspects and all that we are doing and involved in. Yeah. And blessings for all our friends and loved ones.
Cool. Yeah. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yes. Babe? So thank you so much for staying tuned and waiting to the very end of this video. If you did like this video, if you did like this podcast, if you're listening on whatever streaming platform or podcast platform that you're using, be sure to leave a review and be sure to follow us and on Life on Stereo, and share with your friends, share with your family if you found anything useful that we shared. So if you're on YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube as well, then you can subscribe, click the notification bell.
You don't want to miss all the episodes coming up.
No, we have
so much for you. Yes.
So much. So again, we're happy that you stayed through till the end of the video. And
this was Life on Stereo.
Life on Stereo.
With Kingsley and
Judith.
And
we'll see you in the next
episode.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Life on Stereo. We hope you found our conversation insightful and inspiring.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share, or leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback means the world to us.
Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. See you in the next episode.